Going on, guys? Ian Chong back in another video, and today we'll be reacting to the final moments of WrestleMania 40 from my own eyes. What does that mean exactly? I was at WrestleMania 40, and you know when you're at a wrestling show, you like to clip things, you like to take pictures of videos or whatever. Well, for WrestleMania 40, I wanted to take a video because I thought Cena was going to come out, and then The Rock came out, and then more things happened. So we're going to relive that right now from my own personal experience. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. We're uploading every single day through the month of December. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. All right, so I skipped a minute in this video because nothing really happened in that first minute, but Solo Sikoa is currently in the ring. I apologize if you can't see the Titantron because they didn't know how to turn off the lights, but here it is, WrestleMania 40, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had, and I thought doing this video a couple days ago, I just thought it would be really cool to look back at such a good moment. We're almost 2 years now in April from this event, so spear and the spike, you all thought it was over. Some people thought. I wasn't one of those people. Oh, it was close. It was hype. The energy was still high, despite it being cold, despite a lot of different things factoring into it. A long 2-night show. This is the main event. You might have 2, 3 to 4 hour plus shows. So Solo Sikoa is all mad. Never seen. He's gonna retire next Saturday night. I'm gonna be there to be exciting, but this is the first time I got to see John Cena. Let me think, in over 12 years? No. Not 12, but like 10 years from that point. So it was actually insane. I got to see the GOAT get his revenge on Solo because you know what's funny? Solo kicked his ass months before, and they were just like, whatever. And people thought he was going to retire off that. Thank God he didn't. But Cena, AA to Roman Reigns. Oh my God. This was, well, again, one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my life. Cena. Taking clear to the announce table. We all know what's going to happen here. And I think what was really cool about this is just the fact is we never knew what the Bloodline Rules match was. We didn't know who was going to interfere, when they were going to interfere, how they were going to interfere. We already had the Usos come out prior to this. And then we had Cena. And then it just gets even better because literally I lost my voice for, I'd like to say, over a week after this point. Which, was it worth it? 100% yes, because this was one of the greatest shows ever. Literally ever. Here's The Rock coming down. We had the updated theme song as well. Like you can't make this up. You can't get better than that. And here comes The Rock walking down the aisle now, and it was just super fun to be there. It's something that I will never take for granted that I was able to experience with everyone. You know, it was just one of those once in a lifetime things. You know, and what's crazy is this match was once in a lifetime, and I happened to be there for the second once in a lifetime, twice in a lifetime. I WrestleMania 29 at MetLife Stadium, so. Actually, you know, this was like, my inner child was freaking out, bro. I remember this. This is awesome, dude. Cena and Rock in the same ring in 2024 was just aura, man. And then he was all part of the heel turn next year. You know what's even crazier? Nothing came out of it. The Rock never showed up again after the original heel turn, which is nuts because I feel like if you showed up, it could have helped pay off that insane turn in history, but it never was meant to be, I guess. And, you know, I was genuinely hyped for this one. I'm not going to lie to you. Seeing these two, which was insane to the fact that they're probably the greatest heel turn of all time. That went nowhere the year after, but in this moment right here, it was thrice in a lifetime. No pun intended. John Cena, you can't see me. Nope, rock bottom. Bam! He said, F that. You take your ass. You get to stepping, buddy. Get your ass and walk. He got the belt out for Mama Rhodes because he said, Mama Rhodes, get your son's blood on. Mama Rhodes. Now I'm not going to lie to you. I thought this was John Moxley. I so believed this was John Moxley, and I was going to scream out of my mind if I saw John. Unfortunately, he was in New Japan, for New Japan, and he was never there. But Seth Rollins was, and I don't know when I zoomed in here, but you might be able to just barely see at the bottom of the ring. He walks his way up. Slowly but surely. Hobbled leg and all. Completely injured. Here we go. Seth with the chair. But nope. Roman. Superman punch. The visuals of this on camera and just from my seat were insane. Because as you can see, we barely got cut off in the ring by the corner. Just barely. So I was cool with where we were sitting. I had no issue with it. It felt closer in person. Obviously, it was still a relatively far seat. But nothing wrong with it. I was in the building. Here we go. The greatest WrestleMania performer of all time. Some might say Shawn Michaels, but I think you gotta give it to Taker, depending on how you base that question. Because Undertaker, the streak, being there every year for 27 years. Nothing lower match. 25-2, I believe he ended that. There he is, The Undertaker. Oh my God. We all thought it was going to be Austin, by the way, which would have made sense because seeing Steve Austin help Cody Rhodes against his greatest rival, The Rock, would have been sick. But we got The Undertaker, which is just as good. Here we go. Going up for the choke slam. Boom! The Undertaker said, yeah, buddy, you're going to rest. Hey, peace. Yeah! Thank you, Taker! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! And here we go. We have Roman Reigns, we have Cody Rhodes, we have Seth Rollins all in the ring. What was really crazy about this was everyone knows the callback when Seth hit Roman with the chair. And this was exactly what was playing to. This was when Triple H knew a thing or two about long-term storytelling. Nowadays, we've come a little bit away from this. But I hope at some point in the future we can return to elite storytelling as we did here, because you had a choice to make. You take out the dude you're going to beat and say the greatest of all time in your eyes, some people's eyes, or you get revenge on the grandest stage of them all. And Roman Reigns said, F that. Screw you, Cody Rhodes. I hate you, Seth Rollins. That hate built on to the next year, which is something that I love that this story led to. It was a story that never stops telling. Now, unfortunately, Seth got hurt, so I feel like that screwed up a lot of the plans that was meant for the Vision and meant for Roman Reigns. But nothing will top this moment here. Kicks him in the face. Oh my God. Getting ready for the Crossroads. Go. Setting him up. Once again, here we go. Crossroads. Boom! And he's setting it up one more time. The American Nightmare. Oh my God. Here we go. Crossroads. That's it. Cover him. 1, 2, 3. This was one of the loudest pops I've ever heard in my life. What? I would say the loudest pop, genuinely, was Bryan Danielson's first show in AEW. Just because the way the building was shaped out, how many people were at that show. It was so loud. This, though, this might have been louder. It was close, I'm not going to lie to you, but the fact that it was an open stadium might have taken some of that noise away, but this might be the greatest wrestling I've been able to witness in my life. Outside of Cena retiring next week, I think that'll take the cake pretty easily, but there's a couple different ways we go about it. Absolute cinema. And we're at the end of the match here. Cody Rhodes is celebrating, and then you see at the top of the stage, I don't know if you'll ever decipher it, but superstars such as Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, the Usos, Randy Orton would come out as well to celebrate with Cody Rhodes on such a special occasion. Just something that you never get to see. And it felt like some 2000s era stuff. Alliance versus WWF. WWF would congratulate Kurt Angle. He took the title back for the Alliance. Cody Rhodes took back the title for the WWE. One more thing we're recapping this video is Cody Rhodes being able to hand this championship to his mother, Mama Rhodes. This was so cool. It felt like they actually played in that a lot in the story. How Cody never got to hand Dusty the title. The title was never in the Rhodes family. Well, Cody Rhodes said, not today. We have the title. The title is officially in the Rhodes family. And what's funny enough, he's technically, not still, but he is WWE champion right now. So, pretty cool shit. Pretty cool stuff. I know that was one of the more simpler videos of the month, but I am working on some bigger projects, and I want to spend a little more time on those projects to make sure they are polished and perfect for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We have new videos coming out tomorrow, Monday, every day through the rest of the year. So I hope you enjoy these new videos coming up. Let me know who you want to see in these videos. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, comment as well. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm Aiden, and I'm out.